Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I am filming this makeup look that I have on. It is basically just a Christmas Day makeup look that I might be doing on Christmas Day. It just depends on like what I decide to do. But yeah, I am super happy with this makeup look. My cut creases are getting better the more like that I attempt them. So this is like a second or third attempt on my channel now. So yeah, I really hope you enjoy this makeup look and enjoy this video. If you do, please smash it a big thumbs up, subscribe down below if you haven't already, and without further ado, let's just get into the video. So first thing, I set my concealer that I'd already placed on my eyes using the Morphe 35B palette, because this is a really nice white shade in there, and I just use this to set like the concealer in. And then I took the shade next to that, which is like a matte pink. It's a very light pink, so I used that as like my crease shade. And then I used like a chunkier brush to like blend this out a little bit more so it wasn't just a line across my eye. And then once I'd got that in the light shape that I wanted, I took a fluffier brush and just used the same colour, and then I actually went in with the red shade from this palette and just kept blending this through my crease. Then taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, I just took the shade Red Ochre, I think it's pronounced, and I just like further blended this in my eye to just create a bit more definition. Next I used my Lasting Perfection Collection Concealer and I just cut my crease with this. It took me quite a while to cut my crease because I like to have the end quite more sharp than like just blended out, and I don't know how people do this first time. Like, I have to use my concealer to make it like that. So if you're ever wondering how to do a cut crease and make it quite sharp, because I don't know how to blend it sharp, then this is sort of the way I do it. So then I just went in and made sure it was all blended together again, because obviously I'd just put concealer around the edges. And then I took the gold shade from the 350 palette from Morphe, and it's like a shimmer shade, and I used my finger to do that at first, and then just to get like a sharp line I actually took an angled brush, which is just the one that I only use the spoolie on the end for, and I just made sure that everything was like sharp and neat on my eye. Next for liner, I used my Kat Von D tattoo liner. It's my favourite liner like of all time. It just creates a really sharp line and I just love it. So I used this on my eyelids just to create a basic wing like I always do. But then just to make sure the edge was as sharp as I wanted it, I just took some more concealer and just like brushed it up the sides just to make sure the cut was exactly how I wanted it. Now I'm actually getting a lot better at applying lashes, so I used my Leah definition lashes in the number 126. These are absolutely beautiful and I just thought these would look amazing on a cut crease. And then for my inner corner and under the brow bone, I just took my Mary Lou Luminising Highlighter. Then just to make sure that my lashes like matched my eyelashes, I took the roller lash just to make sure everything was together. Then for foundation, I used the Milani Concealer and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer in the shade 01 and the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation in the shade 100. I just feel like these two mixed together because the Milani is a little bit too dark for me. So when I've mixed them together, it's like the perfect shade still, but I get the light coverage of the Milani as well. I absolutely love this foundation. I was going to do a first reviews, but obviously I bought it in a too dark shade. So yeah, but I absolutely love it. So then I just blend this in with a brush. I used a smaller brush for around like my eyes and like my eyebrows, and then I used a damp beauty blender just to make sure everything was blended, because I always think when you do it with a brush you sometimes get a little bit of like streaks across your face. So a beauty blender just makes sure that like isn't there anymore. So now moving on to concealer, I took my LA Girl Pro Conceal and I just basically used this like under my eyes on my blemish points and like tried to put it on the high points of my face. So when I contoured it looked a bit, or bronzed up my face should I say, it looked a lot sharper. And then just doing the same as I did before, I'm just taking like a brush to blend it all through, and then I use my beauty blender afterwards just to make sure there's no lines or anything across my face. Now I just use baby powder all over my face, and I've not been using as much of this. I used to use loads on my face, but my skin's gone quite dry at the minute rather than oily, so I haven't put that much on my face. I just put a little bit to make sure that I didn't like get oily throughout the day. But I've definitely had to use less of this because my face is just broken. Like, it used to be really oily and now it's just really dry, so there's like no in between really. So now using my Hoola bronzer, I just took this on my cheekbones, over like the temples of my forehead, down my nose and on my like jawline, just to make sure that everything was bronzed up. I applied the tiniest bit of blush and then I went on to highlight, and for this I used the Mary Lou Luminising Highlighter, whatever it's called because I can never remember, I just call it Mary Lou. Then going back under my eyes, I just took like the red shades that I'd done throughout my crease and I just put that underneath basically to make sure everything looked like it was blended together. And then I went on to bottom lash mascara, just using my roller lash again that I used on my top lashes, just to make sure they were done as well, because I always forget to include that in my videos, but I do always do it. So then I used my Kat Von D liquid lipstick in the shade Lolita 2. And then finally I set my face using my MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus, and this was the end result. I absolutely love it. I definitely think this is going to be a makeup look that I do on Christmas Day. If not, I'll be wearing it throughout the festive season so much. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please smash it a big thumbs up. And yeah, I will see you next week with a brand new video. Bye!